Now we're playing with power. No, not really.
Playing with Howard.
Is it working? Is it streaming? Yeah, it's streaming now. Alright guys, sorry about that. Not really sure what happened there. The power didn't fluctuate or anything. I just lost my connection for no reason. It is actually coming down pretty hard right now, so that may have something to do with it, but I don't see why.
Getting rain again down there?
Last few days.
Oh. It rained for like almost 2 weeks straight here a week or two ago. I thought we were building a boat soon.
Alright, Chicks, can you pick me up in Awakening Lands?
Let me zone out so that I don't port them with me, and then when I get back, I'll port them out.
Well,
You could just take them with
you
I
can just
mean,
take us all
Yeah, I
with
could
you.
have done that, couldn't I?
I mean, I doubt they probably don't want to stay in Kedge any longer than they have to.
Alright, yeah, I'm coming back.
No, I just zoned.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Ring around the rosy. Gives me a chance to run over there, because I still have to run to the Awakening Land portal.
Alright, Octo's still here, so come on back in and we'll
Alright.
go to Awakening Lands, you said?
Unless Tara wants to jump on, but I don't think anybody's even in my channel anymore. I think I lost everybody on that one. I mean, if they are, they're not talking.
We're ready to go.
It's super quiet.
I like the whisper.
It's so sexy.
Whispering is fun.
I'm doing the little checklist on the wiki. Never done this before.
Check it off, man.
Take it off. Oh, wait, you said check it off. Yeah, check it off.
Check off.
So you said you did the Woolly Mammoth and Everfrost, and you got the chunk.
Yep.
Killed the Corrupted Shaman at Lake Rathe tier. You have not done that. We can go do that
Correct.
one next. Kill the Hill Giant in Wrath Mountains. You've done that one.
Yep.
Corrupted Seahorse. Ocean of Tears. You haven't gotten the Sea Fury Cyclops, I'm sure, right?
I have not.
That one's, I think, I don't know, Donald. You guys killed the Sea Furies over there for the gems and everything. Do people kind of leave that one alone, or do they kill it and let people loot the object when they want it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was
No
there
idea.
with the leader of BHP, we would solo everything, but we would give the corrupted a wide berth.
So then he might be up most days if you go over there. So we could definitely check that out. I don't know how hard he is, but
He's level 52.
kill the
Yeah, but
Corrupted
I mean, if
Gorilla.
after getting that lucky, now I'm like, feel like I have to get this done.
Right. Well, I mean, there's no rush for it, but you're getting the pieces that are kind of easy to get. Well, that last piece was not easy to get, but you know what I mean.
Well, it was for us. I mean, given the stories that I've heard.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the fight alone.
Could have been worse.
Could have been like cheapest Earth stuff.
Oh, we got
Oh,
that
okay,
last night,
Tristan.
man.
Did you guys?
Yeah, we got it dropping Mangler last night.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the drop rates are a little bit better.
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, you don't have to fight for the mob. Helps quite a bit.
You're getting beat up by a Zane there.
You know, he's. It's just a love tap.
I don't think
Is
I
it
can
me
tell
or
those.
Rashida really low to
Action.
He's, he's kind of low, but I have him set.
I can barely hear him.
Away from the mic.
Okay, yeah, I can barely hear you. I have it turned up all the way.
I'm about a yard and a half away.
You can kill that. I'm afraid. Well, I guess we can pour it out.
Yeah, just pour it out.
So where am I going?
Does this sound better?
Butcher Bot?
Yeah.
I gotta get my body.
Who's resin you?
Nobody. I'll just eat it.
No, you're just gonna eat it.
What?
I mean, I'm the only one with the clerics, so yeah, I'm just gonna eat it.
Well, Octo's got a cleric, but he's in Seb.
Who flung? What's up, man?
Alright, we'll get you the experience back. How much did you lose?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay attention. My monk dies all the time. As long as I don't lose my level, I'm good. I still got about a bubble into it.
Yeah, AC's all about the negative experience anyway.
That is true. He did call for a negative experience weekend.
I
Right.
did. I was overruled on that one, though. Maybe for Project 1999 Green, they will do a negative experience weekend. Can I get a Spirit of Wolf before you go and pick them up?
I bet you'll have the entire server to yourself that weekend. Come on, it's like,
Well, actually, Trav can run you over to Edge.
I'll need an Enduring Breath. I should be able to get down there without an Enduring Breath.
I've got my song.
Is that a country song?
I don't know. It could be.
That Beastie Boys song? Rap song?
you come to fight.
Doesn't really specify on my song list what kind of songs they are.
Should have gone with the Top Gun song. I hear they're making a sequel to that one.
Oh, speaking of
Is it highway to the not so dangerous zone?
I don't know. Tom Cruise, he stayed in good shape, man. Kind of still looks the same. I mean, he's not quite as young as he used to be, but the dude is still doing things I can't do.
It's an all-female cast led by Brie Larson. They do Top Gun.
Dude, you just made me throw up all over my screen.
I'm just saying.
Dude, if I get all these pieces, this is gonna be super easy.
You just jinxed yourself.
Because you can spawn Fadedar. If VSR's up, you can spawn him. And the rest of it's just the tainted stuff. Oh, and Olam, whatever the hell that guy's name is. That's gonna be a hard fight.
Oh, that's
Maybe
easy.
I'll do that one this weekend.
He's unslowable, but he only hits for 235.
That's easy fight, dude. You just need like a group would do it easy.
AC, did you already run by me?
I'm still in the little tunnel thing.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for you to come down the entrance. I didn't see you go by me.
Yeah, just reach the pillars where it gets to the water.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
yeah, they're old as hell. Beach.
Yeah, they gotta be close to 50, dude. They gotta be close to 50. At least 45.
Hold on, are you saying that's old?
Octo says he's at Hammer Hill.
Yep,
Compared-
I just got there.
Compared to 18, yes. 45 is old.
Who was 18? Brie Larson?
No, he's talking about Bill and Ted movie.
Oh, I was gonna say, she looks really old for 18. That Captain Marvel.
She's not that old.
She ain't that young either. Me and Donald are huge fans. We're gonna go get some autographs from her later.
Yeah,
She's
really
got
old.
she's got an old, dark black soul. You know what I mean?
Drink some more.
Is it True Box? It's supposed to be. Mangler's supposed to be a True Box server.
It's not though.
But it's not. No, not even close to it.
Zero chance in hell that it's a true box server.
Did you guys watch the video Big Tom put up in Discord?
No.
You have to take a second to watch it if you get a chance.
Why? What did he say on that one?
Under what channel?
It's the guild channel.
Oh, sir.
I think it's just under the guild channel. He's in Soul A, and there's a mage set up on a bridge. There's another mage set up somewhere else, and there's another one set up in a room down by the gnomes and stuff. And then there's 4 AFK people that are paying Chrono to be power leveled, and it's all automated. You'll see the people, like the mages, target their self, then target their pet, and then target their self, and target the pet. And every one of them you go to, it goes back and forth, targets. Yeah. Just waiting for mobs to spawn and the pets kill them while they're all AFK.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds like a fun game to play when you're not even playing the game.
I know. But they make money, is what the whole thing
They
is.
charge 1 chrono an hour or something like that
And then-
to power level.
So basically he's making $15 an hour.
Yeah, because he's doing 5 people at once.
Per person.
Oh, well then he's making like whatever times 5 because my math is great.
He's making like 5 chrono an hour.
That's kind of good money actually, but very, very toxic.
Yeah, I understand the picks because of the number of people,
But that's what it leads to.
but it's terrible. Yeah, I mean it makes it miserable.
It's a living, breathing MMO that's so old and it still works, but at the same time, like you said, it's not what you think it should be.
As a personal taste. I mean, there's people out there who love it. I mean, they're making their rent checks like that. There was another game. Cypher, do you remember the name of this one? Me and you looked at it a while back. It's a 100% like pay to play. You make money off of it. You can invest in like land and make income off of the land that you put down. There's people who've bought entire planets.
Europa?
I think it was a Europa one, yeah. The problem with it is when I watched the people do the combat system, it sucked ass, dude. Like, there was no challenge whatsoever. The only challenge to the fights were you going to have enough ammo to finish it? And the ammo obviously costs money. But that was it. That was like, am I going to run out of money killing this mob?
What?
Because it's a money world. Everything in there costs real money, which means you can at any moment sell everything you own or turn in all your credits. Basically, if Platinum in this game had a real life
Like a
money
dollar
transfer,
value?
yeah. But when they created the game, they realized that, so they try to take out money at every turn they possibly can.
Yeah, just think about it like this. Think about Everquest. Every spell costs a reagent, and every reagent costs,
Money.
yeah.
So for you to level up, for even like your regular melee attack, you don't even get like just a regular melee attack. For every attack, period, it's going to cost you a nickel. And as you go up higher and higher, it's going to cost you $1. It's going to cost you $10. It's going to cost you $100.
Yep.
But you could possibly make that back if you get a rare item and you get like $1,000 out of it, and somebody's willing to buy it
So
off
you're
of you.
basically playing a slot machine.
Kind of.
I mean, it's like if you look at
Plan on losing, but hope to win.
Exactly.
if you look look at like this is for us right now, if you have a good amount of money stored up in game, all that money is worth real money in real life. So say 100 platinum equals $1, and you have 100,000 platinum. I mean, you're doing pretty well. You can actually cash it out for real cash.
I thought about trying it out, but the gameplay made me want to throw up. And then the other part of it is, it seemed like a pyramid
it becomes
scheme.
a job. You're not even playing the game for the fun of it. You're playing it as a job.
No, well, it also seemed like a pyramid scheme to me. Because the people who got
It's
there
not
first.
a pyramid scheme. I mean, if you can get to a point where, like, if you go out mining and you get enough resources, then you can actually make that money back that you spent and some profit. Then you go back out and you keep doing mining until.
But the items you buy to do mining, you're buying from players who make those items who got there first. So the more people they can bring into the game at lower levels, the more money they will ultimately make at higher levels. And
that's not true for the mining.
Octo, I definitely appreciate the res, man. I appreciate that.
The mining is actually bought from you get those from an actual merchant. You don't buy those from another player. You're selling the items that you get from mining to other players so that they can craft it, or you can actually save it and do the crafting yourself. But then if you fail, then you're losing profits that you could have just sold. Or of course you could build up a good amount of money and then start using those resources that you've been gaining skill on, because I believe you get skill off of mining, so that you get more items from mining, and then take a portion of that and start working on your crafting.
Yeah, so you're talking about like the slow way of doing it, because there's a guy that said you can walk around and pick up like coconuts and rocks and sell those for like a penny each. So if you work at it for 24 hours in a day, you might be able to make $1.50.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, if you're looking at the money, in game as just pennies and stuff, I guess yes.
The only point to that game is for real money. Like, there is no other point to that game.
No, I mean, if you actually enjoy the game itself,
I don't see how you could. There's nothing enjoyable about. That's what I'm saying. Like, the combat system is not a combat system. It's a, can I suck the bullets out of your money?
You never played the game before.
I watched videos on it because I was seriously considering going in there and trying it out. And I watched like hours upon hours of footage. And even the people who have been playing that game for years would say the exact same thing. There's no challenge in any of these mobs. It's not like if I take on a mob too high for me to kill, am I going to die? No. The only challenge is if I take on a mob too high, my skill isn't high enough, I will waste more bullets than it's worth to kill it. That's it.
Yeah.
No challenge. It's how much money am I going to lose versus how much money am I going to gain. The whole game is about money. And if you think like a TOP is toxic because there's a small aspect of that's about money, wait until you play a game that is nothing but about money and see how toxic that is.
Yeah, I don't know. The videos I watched, it didn't look too bad, and there was no toxicity because it was more of, oh, somebody else is out here mining. I guess I'm not going to be getting. I shouldn't put down as many probes as I normally would because they've probably gotten some of it. But
well, yeah, no, I'm not talking about them fighting over camps because you don't have a huge demand for people to fight over a camp. Because to do an actual camp, you have to spend, $50 or $60. There's not a huge amount of people being like, I want to spend $60 today.
Well, again, I watched a guy who never invested a single dollar into the game.
Tree, you want us?
He took the original amount of money that you get with the game, and he was able to stretch that into making a good amount of profit.
Get this man a soapbox.
Without ever putting any money back into it.
I need like double stacks of a soapbox here. I need to preach down to you guys.
As long as there's people paying, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, look at cell phone games, dude.
Yes.
Cash cows.
I don't know. I kind of hope that one day there can be a game that has a nice balance between gameplay and people being able to make money off of it. I don't see a problem with that. But man, dude, the toxicity that we ran into on the TOP, I was not expecting that.
You don't think there's gonna be gold farmers on Pantheon? You're high, dude. They're gonna be there.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but whether the game company embraces them or not, like if they go after them,
they have something like Chrono that's embracing them.
Well, I don't think the Pantheon's gonna have anything like Chrono. I think they're just gonna have like in-game currency and that's it.
Oh no.
I hope they
Fiorot?
don't even have that, but
Fiorot, right? Because we're going over to Lake Rathe.
Right? Are we all going?
Yeah.
Everybody good with that?
I'm good with that. I love the auction house in Diablo 3 while it lasted. I saw a lot of people had problems with it. I never understood why. Because it didn't ruin anything for you as far as I could tell. Unless you really, really, really enjoy the grind.
Which game?
Diablo 3.
Oh, the problem with that one was people were duping things, weren't they?
I don't know. I mean, but if the price gets lowered because everybody's duping it, then that's just a programming flaw that they need to fix.
I need to get my bard up to 55 so I can get his epic.
Well, let me know when you start working on it, because I'm still working on mine.
So many lands.
Well, and that kind of stuff, like when you see Blizzard or Fallout 76 games or, Bethesda games like that selling pixelated weapons and stuff on eBay and stuff, those companies are just like, wait, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
If they're selling them and someone's buying them, why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we offering this? Because there's a call for it. Kind of justifies their pay to win stuff and all that.
Like, I understand the company's point of view where they look at that and be like, we can make money off of that. But at the same time, you already made money. You sold the game. Like, your money is done with. There's this thing about making money and then being greedy about it. And I think a lot of companies are just too greedy about it.
But I think they're always going to justify it like that, unless they can make it illegal somehow for someone to sell stuff. Pixelated things that don't belong to them.
Where are we going?
That belong to the company.
I'm following Trav because he's at the phone and stuff.
It's like he's following you.
Octo's,
I'm not doing anything but sitting here.
Octo's AFK. I think he's got to deal with chitlins.
It's northwest, right?
And I'm picking a direction to run it.
I think it's northwest.
There's 4 walls in this zone. If we hit one, we'll go to another one. I mean, the problem with the devs making money off of items that they put in the game is they're the ones putting the items in the game. So they will know that this item is going to be the greatest one ever, and they'll do it on purpose so that they can make more money off of it. Versus players selling it. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if players sell it, they have no control over what items get put into the game and how often they get them. The devs do, so they're actually designing a game based off of how much money they can suck out of the players, which is where the problem lies with me. It seems to be...
I think they should just do away with second-party sales of stuff that are in games, man.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
And the only way they could do that is to ban the account every time it pops up. I mean, literally, they could work it out. You know what I mean? Like, sell it real quick and then be gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they would do that.
That's a hard system to work out, because they tried doing that for... Oh, dude, what was the name of that game, Cypher, that me and you played with the crafting system? And Albion Online. Right?
I was about to say, you were making that very vague, sir.
Right? No, I mean, it's Albion Online was a game that we played, and they were having the same problem. They had all these people coming in there and selling gold and selling items, blah, blah, blah. So they cracked down on it, and they cracked down hard, dude. They hired a whole bunch of people. They sat there for weeks upon weeks, gathering up all the information, and then they just booted every single one of them off the server, including people who bought from them. No middle ground whatsoever. Those guys who were making money got upset, clearly, and they DDoSed the server for like 3 weeks straight. And at the very end, they actually worked out an agreement with the game company to allow them to come back up, but they had to pay money for all the money that the gold farmers lost, and the gold farmers got to come back and do what they wanted to do. So that's kind of how much power those guys have, because they're in a country that doesn't give a crap. You can't like contact their government and say, hey, can you stop these guys from doing something that's illegal? They just keep doing it.
You can just ban their account.
Yeah, and they DDoS your server, and then nobody can play your game.
I haven't even zoned yet.
Did you lose my speed?
Well, yeah, because I'm overweight.
Oh. You should have said something. I was stopped.
I got spirit. best I do.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a middle ground or a better solution. I just know that it can get very toxic very quickly. So it's a slippery slope. And I'm an old school gamer, so I like when I buy a game, I own it, and that's it. This whole thing of charging me extra down the road, I'm not very used to. DLCs kind of remind me of expansions if they're done right. If they feel like they've enough content is added into it, I'm down for that. I love expansions. Like Borderlands was pretty good with some of theirs. EA though, EA has taken DLCs to a whole level that is ridiculous. I can't remember the exact price, so you guys can't quote me on it, but it was in the tens of thousands for The Sims. Somebody added up every single one of the DLCs to get like the dogs and the dogs' clothing and you know all that kind of stuff they added in there. Tens of thousands of dollars just for one game if you got all the DLC.
That's EA though.
Yeah, but I mean that's the extreme. Obviously there's people in the middle and there's people all the way on the other side that don't do any DLCs. Or they do really, really great DLCs, but...
I played one Chinese game that everything you had to buy off of. It was okay, then you know what happened? It shut down here in the United States. Americans went over there and started hacking them.
Once you open up a money pit, nobody ever chooses to close it for the greater good. I mean, I know. But, I mean, we're playing a 20-year-old elf sim, so we talk about the better days and how it was more honor in our era, which it wasn't. People were trying to make a buck.
There was a more sophisticated weapon.
Yeah, I like playing games to have fun, and if the game is going to suck out all the fun from it, I'm not going to play the game, so that's what it ultimately comes down to.
I mean, there was no loot boxes in Easy Shooter.
No, there was not. That's very, very true.
There are plenty of loot boxes.
I think I went the wrong way.
All of them.
I think
Yeah, you did, because we're about the zone.
See, in D3, the drops were balanced around the auction house. This balance caused the good items to be extremely rare. It is more efficient to farm gold and buy your item than it was to play the game and get them as drops. See, I never played when that came out with the auction house. I came to it later, and it was still the same way. It would have been easier for me to farm gold than to get the items I needed because they were still super rare. And it wasn't enjoyable for me, man. That was like the most boring Diablo game I've ever played in my life. I know there's some people out there that love it. I'm not trying to insult it, but...
Number 3?
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that one.
So-
One playthrough and Artray's like, you gonna do it again? I'm like, no.
It's like everything that was enjoyable about the first one and second one. Got rid of that. Took everything that was unenjoyable about those two. Magnified it. And made the entire game about that.
I had a game.
know where we're going. I'm trying to remember. Is it the
It's
one?
it's straight out. Yeah, it's a blue flame tower. It's right underneath it.
And that was more enjoyable than Diablo.
Then again, I've been told that if I had played it solo, which I never did, I played it with a whole bunch of friends, and they just rush through the missions because they've done it a million times. I didn't really get to hear any of the story or any of the conversation. Their tunes were so decked out by the time I walked into an area, everything was already dead.
That's how it still is, man. Except now you can get wings and outfits from, like, I played the other month or two ago with a friend, and I had like some kind of a Halo or something from another game, like from Overwatch outfit or something. Then I had a ship from what's the sci-fi game Blizzard owns. Had like a little ship pet that followed me around, looked like a Star Trek ship, you know what I mean, that followed me around.
Right.
Crazy shit.
I guess so much for creating a universe where things actually belong. Don't seem weird.
You and Kevin finished building that Starship Enterprise on Blockhead City? Minecraft?
Oh yeah, we did that a long time ago.
I was wondering if you guys ever finished it.
Deep is up. Is Deep the one you're looking for? I don't think it is, right?
No. But how did you guys get the... Oh, shit. No, Deep will kill us easily.
She will.
Yes.
Let's see. Des wanted you to get the items by playing the game, not by playing the auction house. All means the same in the end. I don't know. I mean, EQ kind of has it both ways. You can get the item by playing it, but a lot of the time, it's more efficient just to buy it.
Yeah, it depends, yes. Like on P99, sometimes you're cock-blocked into buying things.
Yeah, I do that for my cleric epic.
I mean, unless you just, like, hey, I'm going to raid with you guys, and I'm going to raid every day, and I'm going to raid 8 hours a day, and if you call me at 3 a.m., I'm going to get up, and I'm going to raid with you. Then you can get everything you want.
Well, the piece I was going after, I think it was like 2 guys that were, like, sitting there doing it the entire time.
So can this thing spawn from any goblin, or is it
Just from the top.
our own?
Just from the top.
So just swim to the top. Deep is regards me indifferent.
I think you should regard everybody that way, right?
Yes. Just don't do an AOE.
Let me check your quest. This is the one from like Rathe here, so you need the corrupted shaman. Let's see, when the tainted aqua goblin is killed, the corrupted shaman will spawn where the tainted died. Doesn't really say where that spawns. I've heard it's in this area, exactly where the cleric one is, and the cleric one is up top.
Yeah, Richard was killing all these goblins at the top, so I'm gonna assume that's where you gotta be. So I'll just pull these 3.
I can get it.
Or yeah,
Or somebody did a...
I did it.
Oh, because it's an outside zone, yeah.
For a minute.
Oh, we're gonna kill everything, Tara. All these guys are going down. And I'm gonna go up to the Blue Flame Tower and bring some of those little Aviox down here to play.
Does anybody know this respawn here?
It's not very fast. Anybody have a cleric that is going to be doing their epic?
You can do it, right?
You can't impute? That's what I was saying. If you want to snag it on one of y'all's or do a random for it, or...
I was gonna say, won't we have a couple people that are level player? Donald, I think. Oh no, Donald's already got his stuff for his epic.
Does he?
Oh, my guy got nothing. Well, he's got
I thought you.
Iksar.
Yeah, we did Ixie for you.
Iksar the only thing he's got.
Oh, so he still needs the beginning part then.
I'm gonna take my nighttime medicine, Benadryl, and
Whiskey?
I wish whiskey.
Got a Netmaster down here. I don't know, there's some games out there I feel have done a pretty good job with the whole in-game items, like Warframe. I think it's done the best job in my opinion.
I mean, honestly, Overwatch is not bad.
haven't
It's
played that
all
one.
cosmetic. There's no pay to, there's no pay to win. There's not even like if you unlock this, you get a bigger hammer or a bigger gun or anything. It's nothing like that.
Right. Yeah, I heard Chupa talking about it with Shix the other day about Fortnite. And a lot of their stuff is like pay to win, as far as, well, not pay to win, but for looks. The downside is there's so much of it, and they do it for like every season. And the kids go gaga for it, man. Like, I guess some of the older guys were not really big into it, but the kids, like, they gotta have it.
Oh, I'm sure you get that. Dad, I gotta get the, the green and blue parachute or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got the skeleton outfit. I gotta be a skeleton.
And it's kind of hard to say no to your kid when he's kind of like, oh, he wants that as a present, and I understand it.
It's where your parent, you're like, you do the dishes and I'll get it for you.
Yep. Kind of curious. You think if we kill every mob in this zone, we'll get a better respawn on the, Dude, I used to love this blue flame tower.
I thought it was just only the one that was in that little room underneath the water, but I could be wrong.
It is.
Or is that the cleric one I'm thinking of?
No, this is the cleric one and the druid one, apparently.
I was gonna say I thought it was only that one right there.
I can go pull, like, the undead guys in a minute. Never took long to spawn the tainted shaman. Saw a bunch of them when I can't. Oh, dude, it took forever. I think sat over here with heat for like 14 hours one day, and we didn't see it.
The rule is whatever you're looking for takes the longest.
This has always been my Achilles heel. Every time I come down here for my cleric piece or anything else, it's freaking forever.
Where'd Zypher go?
What do you mean? I'm here.
I didn't hear from you for a minute. I was worried about you, man.
I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live it.
How many more characters did you make in the game? Be honest. Don't lie to me. Because I'll know.
I haven't made
if you
any,
like.
actually.
Dude, I can't stop making characters.
They don't even swim. They
I
just
did
hover.
ask on Reddit today about blasters. Is there any actual range secondaries? Because kind of don't like that there isn't.
You could get sorcery as your power. That has a range then.
Let's see, what time of day is it? Are the night guys out yet? It's 7 p.m. Night is 9, right?
Okay.
The cleric one is the one that take a while. The druid one I've heard is even worse. But I'm hoping for Shix that is not the case. But Cypher, you were talking about City of Heroes?
Mm-hmm.
About the blasters?
Yeah. I was looking at the blasters, and for some reason, they are all, their secondaries, most of them at least, are all close combat for some reason. So unless you go with a pure controller secondary.
I don't know what Shrieky did. Do you remember?
I'm back, guys. Sorry.
I don't know, back.
Took
How
the
dare
dog
you
out
leave.
and got took all my medicine. I overdosed, but it's alright.
Tara's saying these tainted shamans spawn a lot down there, so we just gotta keep an eye out for it.
Awesome.
Probably
This
the
would finish up my
first part.
the cleansed spirits of Antonic. So it looks like for Cunard, it's that Olomp guy, Gorilla, a Barracuda, Betatar. Shit, you gotta be kidding me. That's the tainted right there.
Wait, what?
Tainted's already up.
Tainted's already up? Holy crap. Alright, I'm on my way down.
This is insane.
This is the greatest day ever, dude. Nice.
Are you sure someone's not watching, like, just spawning, like pushing little buttons?
I mean, Talon is watching right now, but he doesn't have that kind of control.
Is this the
Or
thing we were
does
waiting
he?
on?
Yeah, this is what we're waiting on.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the craziest luck ever.
Well, we still got to get the one from EJ. I didn't even get to pull like half the zone. I was going to pull everything.
It spawned the corrupted, which I think it has a chance to not.
Oh, come on, don't jinx yourself.
Well, that's already happened.
He's
He already
gonna
spawned.
he's gonna drop 2 of them. And the epic. That way you don't even have to do it if you don't want to. I'm not even gonna get to see this guy before he's dead.
He's at 40%.
I'm coming.
He looks like all the rest of the goblins in the zone.
Yep.
Just has corrupted before his name.
And where did he spawn? Upstairs?
Up the top of the tower.
6, 3%, and dead.
Ah, I see him. Is that 1%? He's still alive? I made it! My kill, baby!
So now what?
Clean lake water.
Oh god, what the hell did you bring?
I didn't bring any of those. I don't know what that is. Let's see. So you've done Corrupted Woolly Mammoth, Corrupted Shaman, Corrupted Hill Giant, Corrupted Seahorse, Corrupted Sea Fury, Corrupted Brownie.
I need the Sea Fury, but that's a boat ride, and I can probably just go over there.
Oh, you do need the Sea Fury? Okay, we'll save that one for last, 'cause I think that one's always up. So you need the Corrupted Gorilla in Emerald Jungle, the Corrupted Barracuda in Lake of the Omen, and you gotta kill Fatedar. So, Gorilla or Barracuda? What do you think, Ben?
We can port straight into EJ, and anytime you guys need to leave, just say you guys don't have to. You guys have done way too much already.
I'm down to keep going, man. We're getting good luck here.
I don't know, keep going.
Take his medicine, though, dude. He's gonna pass out.
Alright,
Yeah,
EJ it
right.
is. You looted it, though, right? Your piece?
I did.
Okay.
Clean lake water.
So, Emerald Jungle with a Corrupted Gorilla. Spawns on the Death of the Tainted. Location, the Northern Plateau. That's it. That's very, very
Could be
vague.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing we have 3 tracking classes, I guess.
Is it Taint Gorilla?
The Tainted, yeah.
Tainted.
The top, like how you poured in and then go up the hill, and that area along the top ridge there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, close to,
The plateau.
yeah, it's close to the other zone, but yeah.
Makes sense. If this guy's up, I'm a tottering gorilla. I thought it said tainted. I was going to ship.
I mean, if you're gonna shit your pants, you gotta get that on camera.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures. So so basically we just kill gorillas up here until they spawn.
Sure.
Oh, there ain't nothing on my track, so.
Either.
Yeah, Tara, you called it on that one. Let me switch over to my ranger, right? I should be able to track most of the zone, even at level 30 something, right?
Is he close?
I don't know where he's at. Let me see where he's at.
I remember doing that, man. Like if you follow the ridge to the right when you go up that hill, we
See,
had
it's
so
tottering.
many that we couldn't like CC them all. We had to zone. So many gorillas.
Yeah, they're not picking any up at the moment.
I guess I should put some weapons on. It might help.
I got a tottering gorilla, but does it spawn from any gorilla or?
It doesn't say. Let's switch other account.
Okay, so to spawn corrupted gorilla, kill tottering gorillas in the northern part of the plateau. This is the only one that's up, so
Hold fingers crossed.
let me. Do you have thorns? You don't have thorns, do you?
No, just regrowth. He's wrecking my face.
Is he really?
50%.
Ranger's only 26, but he's in Awakening Lands. I think that's good enough for tracking? I don't know.
I'll read this and I should be okay. I mean, we're only doing the plateau, so I would just dot these. To be honest,
All right, yeah, let me switch up my songs here.
Oh, okay, so you don't want the Ranger?
I don't think we need it.
Okay, let
I
me
think
switch back then.
because with the Druid track, and we're only tracking a small section. I wonder if these frenzied tiger. I wonder if I can charm that. Should be able to, right?
Maybe.
It sounds like an animal.
How do you spell plateau?
Plateau.
I was so close.
Why do I not believe you? You can charm raptors too, apparently.
Yeah, I don't want to go over that hill.
What do you guys think, man? What are the odds that we're going to get this one and the other two tonight?
With Talon launching?
Yeah? Oh, man. You get him in so much trouble.
Just messing with it. I'm totally joking though.
I'm looking for mobs to charm, and then there's another gorilla up here.
It's not the same as just gnome bombing, is it?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more involved. I actually like the unicorn, believe it or not. It's the strangest thing ever, but when you cast a spell as a unicorn, it comes out your butthole. And it's the most amazing thing ever.
Really?
That or a gnome as a monk. If only it had the animation. Alright, so where are you guys up here just randomly running around?
Yeah, kinda.
Let's see if I can help out, but there's not much I can do.
Oh, your DPS would be.
Yeah, your DPS would be nice.
If I mean, just saying this if I can find you guys, because I don't have track.
We can give you a lock.
Can't use lock on this guy. It goes to the other window.
Well, Druid will track you and find you.
There's a raptor here. Should we kill the raptors just for extra measure?
Tag it and bring it to me. I'll charm it.
Sure. I don't know where you're at, but I'll tag it.
just let it follow you around. He'll find you.
Eventually, like an hour later, I'll have like 14 of those guys on me. I'm running through some ruins next to some trees, if that helps. I'm on top of some grass.
Octo has lead. He's gonna get you.
And there's some statues.
You're on track, so you're close.
It's a moldering ape. Do they count?
Sure.
I don't think so. I think it has to be a tottering girl.
Tottering gorilla.
Maybe
This
the,
raptor that's coming and...
oh, I got a tottering gorilla over here. Or he just disappeared. Where'd you go? He was there a second ago. I got him on track. Under my my target bar.
On track. You don't have track.
My target bar. I got a raging gorilla.
No, the wiki says just tottering. I don't know.
Where is Octo? Can I not see him? Is he in the air?
He's in my track. I don't see you yet. But
I mean, he just
Octo's-
invited me. I see like the little bard stuff, and then I don't see him.
He just ran through us. So I don't know where you're at, but...
There's a frenzied gorilla.
Oh, there you are.
Where are you guys?
Stop running and we'll find you. Or right behind you. There's a
Say-
tottering.
We charm this rat.
Oh, I see him. There he is. Oh, no, he's gone again.
What are you doing?
I was trying to find him. He keeps disappearing on my screen. Let me go out.
We're right here with you.
We're right here with you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh my god, and this raptor broke charm.
You want me to kill some of these, or? This seems like a good location, though. There's like 4 or 5 gorillas right around this little ruin. You got thorns whenever you get a chance.
That's absolutely right. Oh, wait.
Are you good? Do you need help? There's another tottering gorilla over there in the distance behind us.
Boatload of- $4% man.
Tie Sticks had to step away. How's it been going? It's been going pretty good. Shix, you want to tell him what you got?
Oh, we got tainted brownie, and tainted, or I guess they're, what are they?
Corrupted.
Corrupted brownie, and then we got the corrupted seahorse, and
Corrupted
the other
shaman.
corrupt shaman, or whatever, yeah. I guess it was a corrupted shaman. In Lake Rathe, and we're going after the corrupted gorilla. So, way better than expected.
Shix is the luck of the Irish.
Pretty much.
Something.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, we may finish off his epic tonight if we can get all these pieces, because the guild has the ability to do the other pieces for him, so...
Yeah, that'll just be a matter of time as far as ESR,
Right.
or ES, I guess.
But I mean, you have a really good chance of doing that since you get to play while you're at work during the day, so if they, you know, say something, you can run over there, spawn it, get your piece, and... Because you'll be down to, what, 2 pieces after we get all these corrupted for you?
After the, if we got all the corrupted, I have to get a Jade Reaver, which I can buy. Oh. I have to forge a Rose of Phoronovi.
That rose no drop?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Because I thought I had one.
But I mean, you could do that while you're, like, AFK it.
Yeah, then VS.
So VS, you're going to need a few enchanters. But it's not too big of a thing. I mean, you could do that with 4 or 5 people if you're really lucky.
Sea Fury Cyclops. Barracuda. Faedadar. Oolong.
Faedadar. Faedadar is going to be tough, right?
I mean, we spawn him and go kill him easy enough.
We did it for heat.
Yeah, we got a group of us to do it.
Was it only one?
Yeah, I think we had like 8 people. The spawned version is a lot easier, I think.
Anything on track?
Yeah, there's a tottering close-ish. Straight ahead.
I'm partly Irish and I don't have luck at all. It's Terra. I'm Polish and Dutch, and I think I have a curse.
There you go, you got it. Just killing them faster than they can spawn.
Oh, that's a good thing, though, man. Might be a tiny bit Polish. Have any of you guys done that, like 23andMe or Ancestry.com, where they take a piece of blood or, you know, swab your left cheek and send it in and tell you, you know, that you're related to Christopher Columbus?
A chick swabbed my cheek once. Wait, what?
Was it the left cheek? I see those commercials that kind of make me laugh where the guy's like, I was growing up really heavily with, you know, great tradition. My family taught me to celebrate all these holidays. And then I found out that I wasn't actually whatever. And then I abandoned all of them.
Yeah, I don't think that's how normal people would react.
I'm just going to embrace whatever it tells me on that sheet. I don't know. I think tradition's a little bit more about, the family part than where you actually came from.
Got another one on track. Got it?
I see you guys. These guys do pop pretty fast, though.
Yeah, I don't know what the zone respawn timer is.
You think they have a placeholder, though, as other mobs go? Like, if you just kill all the gorillas and nothing else, will you see, like, nothing but mosquitoes or nothing but the T-Rexes?
I don't know.
It's say on Wiki.
Whoa.
What the hell are you listening to, dude?
My bad.
Is that like Wind Beneath My Wings or some shit?
No. Been on a Casey Musgraves kick lately, if you know who she is. That would be no, you don't know who she is.
No.
I do.
From the sounds of it, I'm glad.
My bad. Okay.
Dick. I'm half man, half bear, half pig.
And bear pig?
A super cereal.
Oh, I think my pet's about to die from that stupid plant.
I'll go in there and see if I can kill it. It's coming right for us.
Pet hits pretty hard. Let's see if I can.
Famous last words.
Well, it doesn't seem like the Druid's pet, and I could be wrong, you might have to let me know on this one, Shix, but it doesn't seem like your pet breaks nearly as much as the Enchantress pet does.
I think it's a RNG thing because it's not affected by like charisma or anything.
So you're a little safer in that regard. Although Enchanters are, always maxed out on their charisma pretty quickly. It's RNG. That's what Tara's saying.
Charm just wore off.
Tara's saying she's had pets break instantly. So what level are these guys? Is this something that you could have come here at the level range to do and solo these guys, or no?
55, I could solo these, but it would be a lot less. It'd be a lot slower.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, if you're getting experience at the same time, You'll eventually see them pop up.
With a pet? Yeah, I think I can do it.
Are we ready to talk about the last Pantheon gameplay video yet? I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, if you have news that they talked about in there, I'd love to hear it. Oh, is that another Druid running by? Graphics look top-notch, the gameplay neat, however, it looked way too easy. Easy in what way? Like, the mobs were just, too low level for what they were fighting, or there was, like, no tactics really involved? Because they've shown gameplay in the past where, like, you gotta be very careful about how you pull a certain area, and you don't root certain mobs, they go back and get help from other people, and... But I think the last video I saw was months upon months ago. It's been a while. I try not to... Go ahead.
If that's the one I saw, I got worried when they said it was coming to console.
Oh. Yeah, that might be a little weird. I stopped trying to watch them every single time they came out because I got excited about it, man. Every time they would come out with a new video, like, I'd want to go out there and play it. Which is a great feeling, except the game's, you know, still a little ways off before I'll be able to do that.
Stamp breaks. It's gonna kill me.
I felt like they were really in no danger as I crawled through the dungeon to take on the boss. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all I can think of is maybe they were too high for the area. Since they are devs, they can change their level to whatever they want.
If you saw the same one I did, they might have been pretty decked out, is what I was thinking. You know what I mean? Gear-wise.
Did you guys grab the one I snared?
Yeah. Killed it already.
Who were you talking to in the stream? Sorry,
Tig?
I don't have it up. Tig, was it the one where where was it Co? And he was using like banners and flags and stuff to like pull aggro and taunt and stuff? It was pretty weird.
It's probably going to be more of a mass audience if it's coming to consoles. It's not going to be anything like EQ difficult. Well, I mean, they have touted that it's going to be more like the classic EQ experience. So if it turns out not to be, you're going to have a lot of really angry people who have donated and supported that game's development. There's definitely a lot of hype in that small niche of game players who are looking for something a little harder, a little bit more in depth. And if they don't get that, if they do decide to go a little bit more middle of the line, or even worse, if they tout to the easy, casual gameplay, which isn't a bad thing, but there's already a gazillion players out there that, or not players, but gazillion MMOs that do that already. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they could say F to the backers and do whatever they want. I'm hoping that's not the case. I mean, I know there's a lot of people on P99 that are interested in playing that game, and not every single one of them backed the game. Like, they were not willing to spend $200-300 to plop down on a game before they got to try it, so that's a lot of money that they'd lose right there from people who were willing to go in there if it was what they thought it was going to be.
Oh, Fallout 76 taught me a lot about never pre-purchasing a game for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, you got burned on that one, dude.
which I don't know if you heard recently, but they're about to be sued not only for some of that, but they're also going to get sued for plagiarism too. I don't know if you heard about that yet.
No, what did they plagiarize?
Some kind of a tabletop game or something, like the introduction to the tabletop game and several of like the lines of how to explore the world on this tabletop. Bethesda legit like ripped it off word for word, describing I think it's the new Elder Scroll game or something coming out.
Wow.
So they're going to get sued for that too.
Yeah, I don't. Man, Bethesda did some really great games, so it's sorry to see where they've gone, but until companies have to pay through the nose for doing that kind of stuff to players, like promising the world and then not delivering on it just because they want it to sound cool and make money off of people, until they get punished so severely that no other game company wants to risk it, they're going to keep doing it. So I kind of hope they throw the book at them. I doubt they will, but I hope they do.
I think the first lawsuit is for that bag they promised and they never gave them or whatever.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a canvas bag, and they ended up sending a nylon bag. And then they told people, well, it's because we ran out. And then people were like, yeah, but I paid for a canvas bag that you showed. I don't care that you ran out. You should have printed out more. We'll wait.
According to like the article or the stuff in YouTube, they have not talked to anyone who has received it yet. It's been 4 months.
Yeah.
I promise they were going to send them. So.
Then they had that leather jacket that turned out not to be leather, but more of like a pleather. They had that bottle of Nuka-Cola, which turned out not to actually be a bottle, but more of like a plastic container.
Yeah, then I get people saying, aren't you going to get rage too? No, I'm not getting rage too. Don't think so.
I highly doubt the Pantheon will cater to casuals. I don't see why they would, especially since they've made such a point of saying they're not gonna.
If they put it on Xbox, one or two things are going to happen. They're catering to casuals or they're monetizing it.
Ugh.
Why else would they be on Xbox?
You're already having to pay for the game and for a month subscription every month. If they monetize it even more than that, I'm done, dude. Like, how much money do you want?
All some monies.
Well, tell me the price, and then I'll tell you to go F yourself if it's too high. I like to support the game companies I enjoy, but I don't want to end up on the street to do it.
I can't think of a AAA game that doesn't monetize something anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
a AAA game.
AAA games are the worst these days, too. If you want a game that's just fun and enjoyable, you go with like an indie and hope for the best. Sometimes you just get garbage, but occasionally you find like a nice gem. Me and Cypher found a few of them, like Astroneers was a game that me and him both loved, and they haven't done anything like that. They haven't put nothing that's like download content. There's no... How many expansions would you say they could have gotten out of Astroneers, Cypher, over the last like year and a half? And he's not there. So,
Did he leave?
but he's there.
Expansions? What do you mean by that?
Well, you know, every time they did an update, right? A game company that would have been a little bit less reputable than them could have said that's an expansion or download content and charged you for it. How many times do you think they could have done that and got away with it? I think it'd be like 30 or 40, considering that game has changed so many times.
Yeah.
They've added other planets you can go to. They've added, like, vehicles that you could get. Like, all of that. If EA was doing it, they would have charged you and nickel and dimed you for every little bit. That game company didn't do any of that. So those are, the diamonds. Those are the rare ones. When you see that, when you get one of those, it makes you appreciate what a game can be.
Like Astroneers and Satisfactory, and I think what's the one Superbits plays that we've all thought would be cool? Outward.
Oh yeah, that one looks good.
All those games are $29.99 or $39.99 games. They're not $69.99 or $59.99.
Yeah, that's why I said AAA titles suck ass these days. Not worth it.
Which is weird.
Thanks for coming out, Octo, man. I appreciate it. It's good to see you again, too, man. Hope you get to start to stream a little bit more here in the future.
You figure out, like, Texas internet or something is kind of bad, or what? What's going on?
I think it was just the move. You know how that is, man, when you move to a new location and...
I mean, you go, like, a month or two at a time, and then one day you're like, Comcast can bite my ass. You know what I mean? Like, out of the blue.
Yeah. Like I said, they're good when they're good, and they are absolute crap when they're not. Like, if I have to call Comcast, I already know it's going to be a bad day. Because the problem is always mine. Oh, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, it sounds like, you know, like when you have to go get your stuff checked under the hood, you know? That'd be bad.
Yeah, but the problem is, when we finally do figure out what the issue is, it's always their fault. Why you just start blaming me when you know that 99% of the time, if not more, you're the one causing it? And all you gotta do is reset it. All you gotta do
There's
is...
procedures and a checklist I have to follow, sir. I'm not allowed to move through the list without checking to see if you plugged your computer in.
And once you ask my name 400 times and send me on to like 4 different people to do the exact same thing before I finally talk to somebody who can do what I want them to do.
That gets me going. They transfer me and they're like, what's your name? Same name I gave the last person I talked to. Don't you talk to each other? That's the first thing I said.
Sorry, that's a different department.
Oh, no, they didn't transfer any information over. Yeah.
I just gotta make sure that I'm speaking to the correct individual.
All right, well, give me your name so I can make sure I'm speaking to the correct individual. What's your birthday?
I hope this won't reflect on your survey at the end. For me, this is just our policy.
It reflects. It definitely reflects.
Was I helpful? Did I do everything you needed me to do today? No,
Not really.
my internet is still not working.
I didn't tell you about my 25-minute conversation on text chat with Xbox, did I, the other day?
No, what'd you have to call him for?
So I pay Xbox. My son is the Xbox guy. Not that I don't play it a little, but so it's $60 a year for membership, right? To play Xbox Live and online and all that stuff, right? Then we buy the $10 a month Game Pass, right? So the Game Pass gives you all these games for free, like 100 games, and they rotate them in and out, blah, 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 right? Then they advertise a thing called Play Anywhere. So you can download it on a computer or whatever and take the game with you.
Yeah, I've seen
that.
that.
All right. So, like, all these games are sitting in my son's room. Like, I could throw a baseball and hit him in the head from here. Okay? I can't play them on my computer at all. The only ones I can play on my computer are participating games that are in the program. So there might be 200 games in this Game Pass. I can only play 15 because that's all that participates in the program.
That's just weird, dude.
And they're legit games. I said, well, I can go buy this game off of Steam right now. It's like, yeah, but it's not in our program. I'm like, well, then what would want me to use your program? Like, why would I ever buy this from you? Like, why would I ever use it? Like, well, we're working with, other companies to try to get more games into our program.
My sister was talking about something like that. It's a different thing altogether, but she was telling me that she has Alexa at home and at her office, and she like listens to music while she works or whatever real softly. And she bought a membership to something. I can't think of the name of it now. It's kind of like Sirius XM or whatever, right? It's through them. And she can listen to it at home, but even though it's the same account and the same device, one at home and one at work, she can't listen to that account while she's at work. And she called in and talked to him and found out that, yeah, that's the way it works. Even though you're paying for it on your account, you can only listen to it on one device. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Like, if you're going to have an Xbox or, you know, a Dot or whatever, and you're going to have a program on it, you should be able to access that from any other device that has the capability of accessing it. So
that's how Netflix tiers, like, what? 1 device, 3 device, 5 device, or something like that? Isn't that how Netflix does it?
I think they're by account. I don't think they're by device. Because Netflix, I've watched from my cell phone, from my tablet, from my computer, from my TV. I've watched it from my brother's house. Like, I can watch Netflix anywhere I want.
But I mean, signed in at the same time.
Right. You can only have so many accounts signed in. I think it's 2. But it doesn't matter where you're watching it from. Like, you can watch it at work. You can watch it at home.
Right. But there's tiers to how many I forget how that is. There's tiers of how many you can have, but yeah, that sounds even shadier because she's not logged in at work. You know what I mean, at all. She's at home, right?
Right. No, she can listen to it fine at home. She can't listen to it at work.
No, that's just weird.
Yeah, and it's the same account. It's just really ridiculous. She has her own office, so it doesn't really matter how loud she listens to it, but she's a really quiet person, so I don't think she'd be jamming it out next to all the other ones.
They're all out to screw you. That's what it is. They're all out to screw you.
This is a poor design, this is what it is. Kind of reminds me of Apple back in the day. I don't know if you remember where they're like, you can only install it on like 2 devices, and if you're gonna install it on a third, you have to call us, and we have to uninstall it off of that second device and then reinstall it onto the third one. You can only do that so many times before your purchase was like void, and you have to go buy a new one altogether.
Oh, I never had Apple. So.
It's a great company.
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah, that's the beginning. That's like the least of Apple's amazingness. Once you find out the repair policy, you start to love them even more.
I'm getting close to calling this for the night.
All right, man. Well, what do you got? Another 5 minutes, or?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm just getting tired, and I'm really suffering with this cold. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Plus, he's just sitting here listening to us bicker and bitch about these companies. It's been one of those nights, man. I tell you, like, we're usually pretty upbeat, but tonight we're going full bore into like what we don't like about companies.
Oh, it's easy to do, dude.
Yeah. Sometimes. There's some good companies out there, though.
Sure there is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is the best gaming company right now, you guys think? Out there.
Not EA.
Yeah. The best gaming company.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to think about it more, but just off the top of my head, I think the Warframe people treat them pretty good, dude. That's just off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'd agree the game's pretty good. But that's the problem. Like, a lot of these companies that are smaller, they have one really good title.
Yes, that's true.
Like, I like Stardew Valley, but that's a one-title guy, you know? Same thing with Astroneers. It's like a one-title company. They don't have, like, this huge collection where I can be like, oh yeah, I can't wait till the next one comes out because they're known for such great quality. It wouldn't be, man, maybe Bungie. If I had to pick a big company, Bungie, maybe. I haven't heard anything really negative about them, and they come out with some amazing Halo games. The last one wasn't my favorite, that's for sure. But that's only because it didn't have co-op, sit-down couch co-op.
True.
Project Red seems to be a very pro-consumer. They're the ones making the Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Yes. But do you call them pro?
Didn't they have their hand in Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead Redemption or something as well?
Yeah, but do you know how many shark cards they sold over the years on, what are they called? What's it, GTA or whatever? How much monetizing is in GTA?
Oh, did they make GTA as well?
Yes.
See, so then they're...
Yeah, it's so monetized.
See, then they kind of have their hand in the cookie jar as well.
I will say people have put... I don't know how big of a run... Cypher plays it sometimes. How long of a run does GTA had, dude? It's been steady for a while.
It's still going.
Long time.
It's still going, man. People were doing the RPGs or roleplay servers of those things.
Yeah, but that just started within the last few years. As far as
Well, the game got sophisticated enough to allow you to do it. Before it was kind of, you know.
yeah, it's mainly because the modding community.
And the graphics. The graphics are beautiful in those. Like, you just drive down the street and be awed by the beauty.
Well, that's always been a thing with that game, though.
CD Projekt Red had nothing to do with those games.
Oh, I thought you said CJ Projekt did not have to do with those games. I thought you said Rockstar. I was thinking Rockstar.
No, I didn't say Rockstar. Did I?
CJ Projekt Red was The Witcher, which I guess is... I actually
That's what she
own it.
said,
I haven't
yeah.
played it yet.
Which one?
I have a couple of the... I bought the Witcher bundle pack when it was on sale on GOG, and I haven't even installed them.
There's like 3 of them now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can head out after this one, Shix, if you're down for it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
If you fall asleep at the computer.
Take you guys wherever you need to go. This is gonna be one of those deals where I just
Come back.
come back, run out, grab one, fill it.
They also run good old games, really. Well, then that's not too bad of a company. I mean, they have some really good titles under their belt. Good old games actually is fair prices for, you know, some of the older games you might find out there.
That makes sense why I got a good deal on that game then.
Just had one spawn behind this tree.
Oh, yeah, we can kill that one. But yeah, definitely check track. Make sure it's not up before we leave.
I think it spawns on the death of another. Like literally in its spawn, like the other ones have.
In their defense, they probably not even in the same state. I used to work at the reservation and while transfer people to their 2 customers. So that's just poor planning then, man. Like the computer can transfer the information to them, I would assume.
Is good with commons or
Commons is good.
It's fine. I'm not sure when I'll be on here again, so.
Let's see, who is streaming P99 tonight? Nobody. Nobody's streaming P99. Alright, let's see who's streaming Everquest.
tonight was like 10 times more productive than I expected.
Right. To be honest, I thought we would get the one from Lesser Fae, and then we'd be stuck on the next one. But to get all 3, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was huge.
Let's see. We got a couple from Mangler. Got the solo challenge begins. What is up with this solo challenge? I'm gonna keep hearing about it. We're gonna go over there and raid level up Larry because he's doing a solo challenge, and I want to know more about this. Remember, guys, we are going to be doing a 12 to 24 hour stream this Saturday, drunk stream. Me, Tara, anybody else getting drunk that day? I think Shix probably would get drunk with us, right?
Oh, if I'm not sick, yeah.
Oh, yeah, alcohol would cure anything for you.
It might help.
We're going to get Trav in there, get him drunk. Donald said he's going to go buy an alcohol store, you know. Liquor store? Alcohol store? Yeah, not even like a real thing.
Alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, a liquor store in my store. Really?
I'll go with the liquor store. You guys go with the alcohol store. Till next time, guys. As always, I'm AC Gamer.
Shake?
This is it. This is Trav.
I'm Saber Dick.
Yeah. He sounds like that too. Who knew?
Subscribe.
This is Cypher Deck, sorry.